my God.
Holy crap. So there's no
that? Some
I didn't hear that the other day.
Automated voice. It was very scary.
That was crazy. This video is being recorded. That was fantastic.
I think we're on.
Awesome. Well, welcome to right. No, wrong one. Wrong intro, right? That's the
yes. I mean, we're gonna have like a proper intro, so do that now. Fireworks and smoke and magic.
It's gonna be beautiful.
It is.
Well, welcome everybody to VO in Stereo. I am your host, Jared Breshers, along with Stephen Coghill. Today we're going to be interviewing each other, kind of let you guys know who we are, learn a little bit about us, and get a little comfy. We have some more guests on. We have a lot of guests up ahead for you that are just absolutely stunning and amazing, and you're just going to have to wait. So
I agree.
But Mr. Coghill, hello, how are you?
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
I feel welcome. I feel welcome already. I feel very at home.
Well, thank you. You should, because we're both at home.
I love it.
I'm on planet Zuzanzibar or whatever.
I'm never leaving this place.
I don't want to leave ever. Look at everything behind you. Like, people are going to ask, they're like, is that a picture? Where'd you get that background? You'd be like, no, that's where I play at.
That's another dimension into another portal.
The mirror is striking.
Yes. Came with the house.
Awesome.
Had to put it to use.
I like it. Mirror on the wall.
Is that the first
Who
question?
shreds better than Van Halen? Question. I am going to ask you a question first, I guess. We're going to do that. So my first question to you is, when did you know 100% that you were going to be in entertainment?
From a small child, I was walking around aimlessly in the mall looking for my mother, and I found a clown. And no. It was really mostly just as a child. I grew up next to a child who was my friend, who was very talented and very kind of creative, and we were gelled off that creative energy. And so we both started, taking acting lessons and stage, anything we could do to kind of learn. We both went to Hood College Theater Camp, which was a camp for the arts, and you basically learned everything: dancing and singing and stage combat and mime and just about everything.
Ooh, I would like to see some stage combat. So
as a child, I was doing kids' birthday parties, which is kind of weird, but you get hired to entertain, you entertain. So I started.
So as a child, you were doing child's birthday parties?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Huh.
As a
That's
child,
not strange. That's like an entrepreneur thing. That's awesome.
It's very bizarre, but we were very entrepreneurial kids, and we kind of took on the challenge, and had all the confidence in the world that we were going to be famous. And look at where I am now.
Right? Magic wand. No, what is it? Magic ball, the crystal ball. If I can see the future.
Let me see. My future is strong.
That's awesome. Let me see. I have another question. I'm reading off of this one. Like, I can read. That's another thing.
I've never learned that.
When you're working, like when you're really getting into a project or doing something you're really going to get focused on, what do you find the music that you listen to most is?
I like to listen to instrumental music because as a composer, it really lets me dial into the instruments and just listen to the instruments sing instead of a voice getting in the way, or lyrics or something that might, take away from what the instruments are doing. And so I know a lot of people don't like to listen to instrumental music because they're like, hey, where's the voice go? Where are you going to need them words in there, boy? But I really like instrumental music. So that kind of guided me along, and I've used that more as the voice than, singers. So it's until recently, I really didn't work with a lot of singers until probably the last 10 years or so.
Huh. Do you enjoy working with singers, or are you very selective when you work with singers?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm selective on who I want to work with, but I definitely love working with singers. It's great. Yeah, it's great to try to, work with them and get the most out of them while you're with them.
That'd be pretty hard sometimes. Get more effort out of someone doing anything.
Of course. I have effort. It takes effort for me to do just about anything. So
I'm right there with you most days, to be honest. It takes a lot of effort for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know you're into music and into voiceovers, but like, what is something outside of music and voiceovers that you are into?
Outside of music, I do just about, I don't know if we have enough time, but, my interests are vast. I like to fly drones. I like to repair guitars. As you can see, I have a lot of them, but I also have a lot of people that come and bring me guitars and I work on them. I produce a lot of people's music. I do voiceovers. I, compose my own music. I'm a musical artist and release my own music. So I have a 15-song album called Universal Language I released in 2017. And I help people produce and release their music. So I work with rappers and I work with, Hello? Is this thing on? Yeah, everything.
Oh, it's doing great. And I must say, I know a couple of projects you worked on and, they're pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yes. I worked with a guy who looked just like you.
Oh, there's more?
Maybe.
That's gross. Ooh, this is a great question for you, I think. Who is in your dream band? Like, who are the members of Stephen Coghill's dream band?
Let's see. I have, let's see. God, that is a tough question. Probably.
I know, right?
Angelus on the keyboards because he's so amazing on the keyboards. If he was alive, Chris Squire on the bass because he was just an amazing bass from the band Yes. I would get probably Joe Satriani on lead guitar because he's so much better than I am. And probably Steve Smith on drums. There's just so many. Billy Cobbin, who knows? There's just so many.
That's a good.
But that would work. That would work for me.
Yeah, I think that would make a very fantastic band. What would you call the band? The Coghill
Lizard. I don't know.
Lizard. Here, lizard. I'm a snake.
We're the skinny lizards.
Oh my God. Another one. What advice could you give to someone that's just starting in the industry in music and like just really getting that gumption to put themselves out there? Like, what one piece of advice would you give them?
Well, for music, it's tough because the music industry has changed so much.
And it will eat your soul.
I don't do music to make money. There's not a lot of money in music, unless you're the upper echelon and you have millions and millions of downloads. And, the only way artists are making money right now is if they're, filling seats in arenas, which is not really happening right now, or through merchandise sales of, physical sales and T-shirts and bumper stickers and that sort of stuff. But, it's a tough business. It's a tough business. You basically have to be amazing. And if you're amazing, you're typically going to be found. But, you just have to find someone who can, deliver your vision in some sort of recorded fashion so you can get it out there. And that's the most important part. And the second part is just marketing, and just try to, get your name out as much as possible. And that can be a full-time job, so that can be very difficult.
You're not lying. You are not lying on that one. I got one or two more for you, and then I'll hand it over to you.
Okay. That's
doing voiceovers, envisioning yourself doing voiceovers. What for you would be like the one client that would be like, I just see myself attached to that brand. I see my voice attached to that brand.
I'd love to, do something like you've done, like a commercial that's, played on TV with my voice, kind of delivering the product message. I think that would be fun since I've never done that. I'm kind of a newbie, like I've said in VO. So I would love to, as being a child actor and all that, I have the skills for it, but it's just, it's tough to get everything in place, your demo.
What company though?
The company
would you work for? Like, would it be, Delta Airlines or like who?
Oh, well,
Who
Delta
could you see
Airlines.
yourself working for?
Probably some sort of musical gear, like, Marshall amps or something like that, where I could, deliver that rock and roll. Go and buy a Marshall amp or I'll punch you in the face. Something like that.
I like that. That's that strong approach.
Terrible answer.
Terrible answer. Terrible answer. Well, I know a lot of things. I know you're good at teaching people, like you could teach them guitar and stuff like that. But what is something that you could teach another person that they probably wouldn't think that you would know how to do?
Well, I juggle. I used to be a street performer, so I used to juggle all the time. So maybe they didn't know I juggled. I teach production. I teach how to record and mix music and master it and all that kind of fun stuff. So they might not know that. I couldn't tell you how to play a guitar because I kind of taught myself how to do that, and bass and drums and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
But I can certainly tell you how to record something best you can get.
Nice. Now, is there anything that you think that I should have asked or that I haven't asked or that you want to share?
Just you maybe didn't extrapolate my love of stuff. Look at it. Look at it. Behold my room full of...
Now, see, this is the part where I have to be honest about this little interview because I've been in that room and that room is absolutely freaking magical.
I think
I have fallen asleep in that room in a chair. Sorry.
It can happen. It can happen. It's very climate controlled in here. So.
There is nothing quite like being in that room. And the best sound of any recorded music I've ever heard is in between that spot where he's sitting right now. There's these magical speakers that he owns. The two gnomes sit inside them. And I think they just play every instrument and I don't know what happens, but it's incredible. I mean, and look at all the guitars and the
cost to keep them alive is astronomical.
Oh, I'm sure. How much cheese and the granola. The granola.
And the mess they make in the back of that speaker, too.
Oh, that cup of coffee. Black silk.
Tree of life.
The tree of life.
Magical elixir.
Life of trees.
Life of trees.
I'm doing a clear peach soda. That's what I'm having.
Oh, welcome to the jungle.
Ooh, it's refreshing. In the vocal booth, though, see, they can't even see your whole. You have a guitar area where you repair guitars over there.
We're gonna do like we'll do like a studio.
You have to do a tour at one point where it's just so cool. Like, just guys, I can't even explain to you how much gear and just nonsense is hidden away.
Don't tell them where they live, so they'll come and rob me.
Oh no, he lives in California.
California, Arizona.
Yes, California, Arizona.
Yeah.
And he's got, what is that, the oceanfront property in Idaho?
Right.
He's killing it.
Right next to Cliff Zellman.
Cliff Zellman, the master of automotive. My dog is whiny. I'm sorry. He's probably going to hear it on the audio.
Is that what's going on? I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, hold on. Let's pause it for a second so I can figure out what the flip is going on with her.
Jesus.
We're back, and it's magic. We had doggy problems. That'll happen from time to time since we both have doggies.
I could have doggy problems here, but so far so good.
Awesome. You got good dogs though too. Been there, done that.
One of them, yeah. Well, the other one.
Oh my God, Cookie.
Not so much, yeah. Cookies.
That's like an angel floated down.
Everybody wants to steal Cookie.
Dude, she's super cool, and she snuggled with me.
She is. She does like to snuggle.
So I got two more questions for you that I would like to ask. 2, 3 maybe, but probably 2. Okay. First one is, if technology tomorrow ceased to exist, like everything's shut down, like no electricity.
God. Oh, no, sorry. Keep going.
Oh, my God, you're just going to quit on me? You're just going to tie it up on the...
No. I just thought you were just saying all the electricity is turned off, and I was like, great. You're
like, you got to pay your bill. No.
Back to nomads.
Well, yeah, there's no electricity, no nothing. Like, what do you think your job would be after the collapse?
Ball handler? I have no idea.
Ball handler?
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure you got some job security there in the right place.
Yeah, probably like court jester or something. I don't know, man.
Is that kind of like a ball handler?
I mean, with all the electricity turned off, what the hell am I going to do? I juggle and act like an idiot. So great. That's me. I sealed
That's a great answer to that question. That's awesome. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
That one.
One more. This one might not be any better. Okay. You rule the world. Okay. You rule the world. What's your number one rule?
Be a good person.
I like that one. I like that one.
That's pretty much the lesson of life.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Very true. Very true.
Be a good person.
Oh,
You'll get hired for the next gig. If you're an asshole, they'll show you the door.
oh boy, I can tell you stories. Everyone, listen up here. I got stories.
Oh, they'll show it to you, all right.
Ooh,
Having heart palpitations.
heart palpitations. Oh Lord. Oh, tell me about one of your mentors or someone who's changed your life. Someone that had a profound effect on you.
I would say the biggest mentor that I know you like that question. It felt like a meaty question. That question is great because I happened to have a person that I was listening to just as I was a fan of this guy's music named Paul Spear, and he wrote a lot of new age music back in the day. It was instrumental music, and so that's kind of what I was into. Still into, obviously. But I happened to kind of befriend him online back in 1999, so it was a while back now. And, he allowed me to send him some of my stuff, and he would critique it and tell him, hey, maybe think about this or maybe think about that. And that really helped me a lot. Someone who was actually you looked up to and as a mentor. And that's kind of how I, feel about him, I guess, in this 20 years. And I actually was able to meet him a couple times. I went to his house and I had an interview with him, and it turned out to be just a really nice guy. And, we kept in touch ever since. And
it's kind of cool when you can meet the people that you kind of like have that special place for and they don't let you down, because so many people, they'll meet their heroes and they're like, ugh.
Yes, and that's happened a lot of times too, where I've met some people that that I looked up to, and they were just like, oh wow,
they're everywhere.
I don't want to get to know them. I just want to admire their music.
Most people are like pictures. They're nice from afar.
True. Don't scratch the surface.
All right.
Yes.
Those are the questions, man. I hope everybody here learned a little bit about Steven. If you have any other questions, you can always kind of send them in or ask us what you want to ask. What you want us to ask.
There's just, we could go on and on about ridiculousness, but
we kind of do this all the time.
Yes. This is a normal thing for us. Jared, it's your turn.
See.
So, my question to you, are you ready? You prepared?
I am ready.
Okay. My question to you is, to start off, where are you originally from?
Ooh, originally born would have been Frankfurt, Germany. My dad was in the army, but he got kicked out. He did some very bad stuff. He was selling things he shouldn't have been selling at the military post, which is a bad idea. But I was born in Frankfurt, and then we moved back over here and kind of been in Georgia ever since. So I guess I am a Georgia boy.
I would say.
Definitely Southern. I get that all the time. And just ask Everett.
Don't start that again.
Boy, I tell you, I love that man.
No kidding.
But yeah, I'm a Georgia boy.
Yes. Yeah, through and through.
There's worse things to be.
That's true. But your size says German, though. You're just like...
Oh, yeah. My heritage is Irish, for sure.
Yes.
You can tell by how well I take things.
And the red in your beard.
It's starting to gray out on me. My wife's like, you need to dye it. I'm like,
you need to dye it.
And I looked at my belly. I was like, which one first? And she's like,
pick one.
Pick one.
Yes. Well, the next question to you, sir, since I'm satisfied with that answer, is
thank you.
Were you a creative kid?
I've always been a creative. I'm not happy unless I'm creating, really. If I'm confined or really have a set thing that I have to do for quite a long period of time, I get bored. I get discomplacent. Sometimes I'll get irritable.
Yeah.
Not really in a work environment. If I'm there to do a job, I'm there to do a job. But like overall happiness, I've always been a creative kid. Always was the kid that woke up on Saturday mornings and just mimicked everything we saw and heard. And Jesus Christ, my first stand-up comedian was Eddie Murphy.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh my God, I live Saturday morning cartoons. I'm a 80s. I was 70s kids, born in the 70s, but my growing up was in the 80s, and that is the best time. I think I'm literally just started watching the Thundercats over again.
Yes, I see that's making a little comeback.
Oh, it's so good.
So my next question is, what drew you to the world of VO?
I was getting really tired of working with my back. My background has been in construction. I've been on construction sites since I was 10. I knew that it wasn't a foolproof plan for retirement. And I knew at some point I would have to put all my tools down. And I've run so many crews and people that's not something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life, nor do I want to depend on somebody else to make my money for me.
Right.
So I really looked into that. And the first place I found when I started researching was VO Atlanta is actually where I got my start. Realized that one of the biggest conferences in the VO community is in my backyard, so every March, that's where I find myself. And that's actually where I met you and a lot of other contacts. So true. I love VO Atlanta, and I love but for the main reason, just future, for wanting a good future for myself and having fun while doing it. Cause it's kind of just a part of me. Cause some people are like, are you on all the time? And I'm like, I'm this guy.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to explain to people sometimes.
Right. Cause some people they feel like they got to turn it on, turn it off.
Right.
Where we are just ridiculous naturally.
I don't give two damns about your audition, buddy.
You can take that stick and snap it.
Turn it sideways first.
Sunny side up, didn't you say? Let me ask you, who inspired or helped you get into the business, and did you have any coaching, or was it just like I
haven't had much coaching. I haven't, honestly, but I have had a lot of help. I have a champion, and her name is Jen Henry. God, that woman, love her to death. I've had a lot of people help me throughout the way. Gerald Griffin, he's helped me. He's been amazing. I used to go help out at VO Atlanta every year, of course. Back to that.
Gerald,
yeah. Sorry, Gerald. Love
you. Gerald, good show, Gerald. We miss you.
Steve Porter, love that dude. Rick Regan, Trey Mosley. God, there's so many. Roy. Yeah, I mean, you never heard of that dude. His name's like
Roy. I've never heard of that
Cousin
guy.
Roy or something. Cousin Roy. Cousin Roy. God, man, there's too many. I mean, little bits in here, pieces there. It's a tight-knit community, man. It's really about being connected in your community. And you find out when you become these people's friends that they're so good of friends. Like you find yourself sometimes not even talking about VO.
Yeah. No, of course.
That's the coolest part about it.
I love the fact that a lot of the VO people are also musicians and singers. And
yes.
I think that's great.
And most of us are crazy.
No, I found that out the hard way.
We tried to tell you.
Yeah, I've been warned, but I proceeded without caution.
Right.
And what was your first actual VO job?
Oh, wow. It was before I even really was going to do professional VO. I worked at a place called Wild Bill's, and the bathroom attendant, Mr. Eric Clemens, is starting a cartoon. He was doing a cartoon called Captain Save-A-Hood. And I was on there. He asked me to come do some voices. So I ended up doing I think a total of 5 different voices for him. Really cool. Never really went a whole lot of places. It was on cable a couple times. Made a little bit of money from it. It was really exciting. It's the first time I've been into a real studio for voiceovers and not music. And I don't know why I didn't jump on the voiceover train then, to be honest with you, because I had such a good time doing it. Took my brother down to the studio and kind of got treated really well and just banged it out.
So it took you a while to get back to do it as a career.
I've been stuck in the head it's been stuck in my head a long time, work until you die, work as hard as you can, work. It's like, you're a fool, that doesn't usually work out for anyone. So.
Yep. Yeah, I know a lot of people who choose careers over creatives never usually, they usually stick in their job and they never really.
Oh, please God, let me be totally unhappy so I can support other people who don't give a shit about me.
That's right.
Nah, I'm good.
No. All right. I'm moving on. We're moving
on.
So what's your setup like at home?
Setup. I run a MacBook. I don't know what year it is. I'm not a really computer or a super gear guy.
But you get it done.
Oh yeah. I get a lot of comments about how good of what I can do with what I have. And my interface is a Yamaha AG03. I love it. I know Cliff uses the Yamaha products too. I think his travel rig, just like mine, is the same. I mean, it's good for everything.
Yeah.
Then I've got 4 or 5 different mics. Right now I'm on a AT875R short shotgun mic, the Audio Technica one. I love it. It actually did the Nestle commercial with this mic.
Oh, nice.
And
you are the voice of the Nestle
crunch of the Nestle
Crunch Bar,
right? And other things, but that's been the biggest one to date so far. That inside the booth now, I use the new Tech Zone Audio.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude, I love that mic.
The Stellar X2. Yeah,
the Stellar, man. Cool.
Great mic.
I try to tell people about the mic because I went and got the neat King B. You and I went round and round and started.
Great mic as well.
Right, and I got that one. I did the whole mic shootout, and I just found that one being the one I like to for all things, because I can take my mic out of my booth, set it down, and then record acoustic guitar, and it sounds amazing. It's the same thing. It blows my mind how good that mic is.
Yeah, it is really good. Very low noise.
And then I do use the King B XLR cord. That thing is bad.
Yeah, you can see it in the background. Look, it's that giant.
Oh, there it is.
The thing sitting right there on that.
Man, that boa constrictor right there, son. You buy that XLR cord, you don't need another one.
You're right.
You can escape a fire with it. Tie it to something.
You ever need to escape the second story building? You can just.
I'm telling you, you can rappel down a building with that damn cable.
It's ridiculous. It is. It's a little over-engineered.
Other than that, people laugh at my chaotic eyeball, but I have one. I've had one since I started. Because I started with absolutely zero.
You have to start somewhere.
Right. There's a couple tricks you can use to it. I actually use it most of the time with everything else in my booth just to give me a little extra.
I've heard people use it for national spots. I don't know how they do that.
Right. I would think they have somebody in their audio chain that's a wizard. Oh, Wizard Harry.
They got some sauce there they can apply to it and make it taste good.
Hey, you like it a sauce, don't you? Yeah.
You do. You like it, the sauce.
I like put a little extra cheese on that thing right there.
I got my Italian beer here.
Italian beer. Oh, man, I couldn't.
Yeah, no, I know. It's doctor's orders. Yeah, so where would you like to see yourself moving forward?
Man.
A video cast called VO in Stereo, starring Jared Breshers.
I'm really excited about my future right now because I'm choosing to do more things.
Yeah.
I've kind of beat myself over the head about, I want to be this and I want to be that in VO. I want to be this and I'm forgetting that I like to be a creative, so I do so many other things other than VO. What's the point of just kind of beating myself up about one thing? So where I see myself growing as a person, as a brand, like completely as like doing all these different things. I want to get into the content creation and just, do everything that everybody's doing and show my creative side and try to dip my toes in different waters. Yeah, why not? I mean, you don't get that by not doing it.
Exactly.
So, but I mean, I want to be in this side of entertainment for the rest of my life for sure. I find the people and the jobs, and there's nowhere else you may work 41 minutes and make more money than you've made in an hour than you could ever imagine, or, the people that you meet, it's everything about the business appeals to me.
That's true. No, it's a great community, and everybody supports each other, and seems to be a really great community that helps everyone else.
I love all these people.
It's just great.
All these people.
They love me so much.
I love you too. I love Buttercup.
Anyway, what would you say to someone starting out in this business? I think you asked the same question to me.
Ooh, be ready to starve. I've seen people walk in there with the highest expectations. I believe it was at View Atlanta. This one person, I won't even say, like, I don't even know I've never seen that person again. But they like stood up and they were like, I want to know how to make the most money the fastest. And, just all these direct questions to how to get there. I'm like, you're in the wrong place. Like, you're going to last until you walk out those doors and your whole career is over with. This is not for you.
They want to go from step A to step Z.
Or the people like, oh, you got such a nice voice. Dude, it's kind of like when I was doing stand-up. People are like, oh, I could do that. You do that. I was like, dude, there's a difference between being funny in a crowd and going up on stage and being funny for all these people. It was like, if you could do it, then do it. Just shut up and do it. But VO's not that way. You have to put your time in.
Yes.
Dude, there's stories. There's always going to be stories where we're like, oh, well, Jimmy, overnight, the guy who's Goku's voice or whatever, apparently he was like the roommate of one of the animator guys.
Yeah, and I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, come on. There's going to be stories like that. But for the most of us, dude, no, you're going to have to work.
That's true.
So, I mean, be ready to put the work in and be ready for it to be expensive. Unless you teach yourself, get the gear you need, and
acting
are really good at what you do, you're going to have to pay.
Yeah. Acting lessons, coaching, all that stuff.
Yeah, man. And you trusted coaches, because anybody will take your money. If you want me to do your demo for $3 million, I'll do it right now. It may sound like crap, but I'll do it.
Call now for
right.
Operators are standing.
So many scammers out there in the VO community. Like not in our community, not in like the WOVO and the Gravy for the Brain, like the VO Atlantas and the conferences and the Norths. And like, there's a set group of people that are like the keepers of the gates, and we protect our tribe.
That's true.
And it's so many people that are out there that will take your dollars. They are hard-earned dollars. They don't care about you or your family. They want your money. I mean, and it's crazy because somebody literally like me would put more effort into what these guys are giving them for $1,200, $1,500, some of these jerks.
So then you would suggest
research.
So you would suggest then to somebody who is starting out then to watch our show, so that we get the people on that will actually tell you what you need.
Absolutely. Man, this is going to be a great resource for people. This is going to be a real resource for people. I know it's going to be pretty jovial because we're jovial people and we're going to hear and have a good time. But you're going to get some knowledge and you're going to meet some people that are going to really give you a lot of insight in this industry and in the music industry, which is kind of what we're doing here. Yeah, don't waste your time or money. And there's other places to get information from.
We have some amazing guests lined up. I can't wait.
Holy crap, dude. It blew me away to read that list earlier today.
Just wait to see who's going to be on here with our silly asses.
Dude, like, I cannot believe Prince Charles.
Shh. Come on, man.
Sorry. Oprah, and you get a microphone, and you get a microphone, and you get a microphone.
Oh, there's a lizard. Okay.
That's awesome.
All right. And I have 2 questions left.
Sweet.
You better make these good, man.
I better make the questions good.
You better make your answers good. The questions are just fine.
The first answer is 43.
Excellent. Let's move on. Last question. What? Don't spit all over your equipment. All right. So, what are you currently working on now?
Oh,
is it this?
I am working on some demo stuff.
Okay.
And I'm working on rebranding myself.
Always a good idea.
Right.
Keeping it fresh.
The Voices of Jared thing is, everybody does the thing, and I do more than just a voice thing, so it's time. So I'm taking care with that, and I want to make sure that's done right. And I'm bettering myself. I am 26 days currently with not a cigarette. That's the first time since I was 15 years old.
Fantastic, man.
I feel better. And anybody who needs that help,
you look better.
Thanks, dude. I really do. I feel completely better. Like I've got everybody in my house calls it nervous energy, and I'm like, oh no, that's called energy.
Oh yeah. You're like, I forgot what that was,
dude. Seriously, like I've been pushing myself to the brink so long, just shoving poisons in my body, and I'm not perfect. I still do bad stuff. I mean,
nobody's perfect.
Super awesome. Working on myself was probably the best thing I've done in a long time. Putting myself first for a little bit.
I'm proud of you.
Get a hell of a lot out of taking care of yourself.
Golf applause for my man Jared. That's not easy to do. Oh my Lord.
I know. Oh, that's my monkey face. I love my monkey face.
I saw that. That's crazy. Wow. Just in case somebody missed it. Damn, one of your ears just disappeared. That was weird. Wow.
Microphone.
He's got the vanishing microphone, so look out. I don't know how he does that, but it's somehow his microphone.
Look, I want to show everybody.
This is like magically disappearing.
This is the background, was the one that I showed you.
Oh, yeah. He's switching up his background.
This is the best.
Yes. Terry, my man Terry.
Terry Crews is a paladin.
What's up, bro?
That's my dude.
On the show, man. Don't be afraid. We got you.
That's awesome.
Some real dumb questions. Don't worry. And my last question to you is, where can people find you? Where can people find Jared if they want to hire that huge, massive voice of command and majesty?
Once upon a time, there was a man who had such voice he could control the heavens and the hells.
Wow.
Well, you can find me at damn it, Andy.
I'm just kidding. voicesofjared@gmail.com right now. Like I said, I'm taking down the website. I'm rebranding. But if you need to get me right now, that's where to get me.
That's a great place.
Currently. So
Gmail works for most people.
Right. And everybody's like, oh, you have to have this. And it does look better when you have a professional.com and all that fun stuff. And I get it, but it can be done without. So
that's true.
Don't tie yourself into beating yourself up about keeping up with the Joneses, because at some point in time, the same person giving you crap about keeping up with the Joneses was behind the Joneses.
So don't go out and buy a Sennheiser 416.
Oh my God, dude, that's like the biggest myth in this industry. Get the microphone that you sound good on.
Great advice.
Not every voice is the same.
Does
everybody wear the same pair of shoes?
The Sennheiser 416, and although a great microphone.
Great mic, not crapping on it. But you're not tied into it like the Rode NT1 and all that. These people,
and your voice might not be made for that mic.
No.
It might be made for another mic. It sounds better. Cheaper.
And you were born in an original, don't die a copy.
That's exactly right. Don't do what everybody else does. Go the path.
Why? They've already bought that crap. Somebody's already selling that crap.
Resistance or something. I don't know.
If you're trying to mimic somebody else, somebody's already buying it. You're just trying to sell them, what, second-rate crap?
That's true.
Move on, Skipper.
Move it. Right. They're in the way.
A little ludicrous. Move.
Well, I think this has been very insightful. I think we know a lot more about Jared than we ever wanted to know. But
that's what everyone says.
It's a good thing. That's what they say every time I call them. Why do they say that?
Oh my God! You know what? I can't tell you how many times randomly I get reached out by people in VO, and I just have the best conversations, and it's pretty uplifting. So my friends are near and dear. I do love them.
You're talking about Everett again, aren't you?
Man, Everett, Trey, this guy, Stephen Coghill, he's a freaking mess, boy.
Yeah, I've heard about that guy. Yes. No,
Steven's so funny.
bueno.
Me and Steven stand beside each other. We look like the number 10.
We do. Sunny side up eggs, something over easy.
Hey, we just need AJ McKay and J. Michael in here.
That's right. I look like breakfast at Denny's.
Right? Look at a whole bunch of those yolks.
It's a shame, you know. Genetics
really
are a bitch.
I see people in the grocery store that have hair. I'm like, I really envy you. And they're like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah. Why are you touching my hair?
This other lady was wearing this
There's
neon
COVID.
pink and green spandex outfit with a green bandana. And we were standing out because it was raining, leaving the grocery store. And I looked at her before I walked into the rain. I said, I'm so glad I changed. I about wore the same outfit to the store. She lost her crap, cackled out loud, and I walked into the rain, never to talk to a woman again.
Sometimes it's better that way.
It really is, man.
Leave them guessing.
Right?
Just wonder all their lives. This man just came up to me, and he just said something filthy and just walked away.
Oh, my gosh. He's
What
an
was
animal.
that? I'll never figure it out. The magic of life. And the magic elixir. I see you drinking. It's disappearing as you're drinking. It's really kind of cool. Look at that. Wow. Your magical Star Wars universe you're in.
I'm trying to get my head to disappear again.
Look out, the Millennium Falcon's going to land on your head, man. You better stay clear.
The Jawas are coming to get me.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, I think this has concluded our first episode.
Absolutely. I thank you.
I think we're
everybody.
good. I like you. You like me. We like each other. We know about each other now. Everybody knows more about us than they ever wanted to know.
Correct. And this is going to be probably the worst episode, so you should tune back in.
Oh, this is going to be the most boring episode. Everyone's going to be like, I'm not watching
the rest of
this
them.
shit after
Oh,
this."
God. And you get a microphone, and you get a microphone.
I know. Oh!
We're not having Oprah on. We're having Stedman.
He's a much better guest.
Right?
Got the inside scoop.
Give us all the deep,
Tell us
dark
what's really
secrets.
Going on.
That's
He's
awesome.
going to tell us what's really going on.
Do it.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, as always. This has
And-
been VO in stereo with Jared Breshers and Stephen Coghill. We hope to see you next week, and then on, and then on, and then on again. We had a
Yes.
good time. Hope you did too. Bye, guys.
Bye.